So if a cow doesn't produce milk, is it a milk dud or an utter failure? Thank you very much, Stacy from Bespoke Interior Designs for that great dad joke. If you like that joke, hit like and subscribe. That'll make Stacy really happy. But today's video is going to be hard-hitting questions you have to ask a real estate agent when you're interviewing them to buy a house. I wanted to make this video to arm you with a bunch of questions that you can use to ask your agent when you interview them. And you should interview an agent. In fact, try to interview a couple of agents. Buying a house is likely the biggest purchase you're ever going to make. So you want to feel comfortable with that agent through the entire process. You want them to represent you the way you'd like to be represented. Right now, you've probably already got a bunch of questions. If you do, I did an entire video on questions that buyers almost always ask me. I got that linked up right here. So let's get into the video, go through these hard-hitting questions you should be asking your agent when you interview them. So the first question you want to ask an agent when you've sat down and started interviewing them is, are you a full-time agent? If the answer to that question is no, that they're a part-time agent, that's a little bit of a red flag. What you don't want is someone who's unavailable, they can't answer the phone when you call them, they can't show you houses when you'd like to go see them. You want a full-time agent who's going to be available to answer your phone calls and take you out to see houses when you want to go out and see them. So the next question you want to ask is how or why did they get into the real estate business? And maybe you want to add on to that, how long have they been in the business? Are they passionate about what they do, or they just think they can make a quick buck in this business? That's not what you want. You want somebody who's excited to show you houses, who wants to educate you about those houses or about the process. You want somebody that loves what they do and is excited to go out with you every time. They're going to be in it for you and not for themselves. Another really good question you're going to want to ask your agent is, how many deals have you done in the last 3 years? That obviously is going to be a measure of their success, how many deals have they put together, but it's not everything. Just because that agent can put together a lot of deals doesn't mean they're actually a good agent for you. You want to also know, what's their workload like? Are they very busy with a lot of different people? Because if they are, how are they going to make you a priority? What you want is an agent that's got the time for you, for what you expect of them. Set these ground rules right now. Another great question you're going to want to ask that agent is, how often and how am I going to communicate with you? You want an agent who's going to communicate in your style. So if you're that person that loves phone calls or face-to-face meetings, find an agent who does that. If you want those quick, short burst answers from a text message, find an agent who's willing to do that or knows how to do that in the style that you like. You want an agent who's going to work with the way you like to communicate, not the other way around. You want to ask your agent, are you a buyer specialist or are you a listing specialist? You wouldn't hire my barber if you wanted to get a perm. So don't hire a listing agent if you're buying a house. Often in these larger markets like, say, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, agents will specialize in one thing or the other. But often in those smaller markets, Regina, Saskatchewan, Medicine Hat, places like that, these agents will do both. And that actually gives you a little bit of an advantage. Those agents that are dealing with both sides, both buyers and sellers, they've got a really good feel for the market. What is the seller expecting? What would they want out of a deal? That's going to bring an added advantage that a buyer specialist might not have. Next, ask your agent how they negotiate. What's their style? What do you want? Do you want an attack dog, go get 'em type agent? Or maybe somebody that's a little more subtle. Every single person negotiates differently. So you want somebody who's going to negotiate and represent you the way you would like to be presented. Your agent is your representation in the real estate world and to those sellers and the seller's agent. So find one that's going to fit what you want out of that transaction. If you want somebody who's going to go fight for you, go to the wall, get that type of agent. If you want somebody that's more that mediation, subtle, find a good deal between two parties, more relaxed, go get that type of agent. Find somebody who fits what you want. Ask that agent, do they work for a team or work with a team? Teams are really popular right now in real estate. They're popping up all over the country. Sometimes these teams are really good where they pool their resources to make a better client experience for everybody's clients. Other teams are more just ways for agents to band together to co-market. You also want to ask that agent, are they a team lead or are they a member of the team? Sometimes the team lead will come in for that first meeting, get you excited about working with your team. When you actually go to show houses though, you're now working with a team member and not that team lead you met at that first meeting. So ask that person right away, which position are they on the team? Then ask them, if they are part of a team, why is that team important? Why should you work with them? What benefit do you get out of working with that team? Is it just a team brand name, or is it some extra resources or additional support you're going to get by working with that team? Last question you want to ask your agent is, why should you hire them? This answer, they should be excited about explaining why they want to work for you. They should have a good plan of how they're going to help you succeed so you feel like an expert. You know that every question is going to be answered and you feel comfortable with that person. What you don't want is that person that feels like they got those quick answers. Everything's kind of scripted. They know exactly what to say before you ask it. That's probably not the right person. My dad once said to me that first time you meet somebody is almost always the best experience you're going to have with them. So if you don't feel really good about that first time you met with them, it's probably not going to get better the next time and the subsequent times you meet with them. Make sure you feel really confident with this decision. They give you the warm and fuzzies, and they make you excited about getting out and looking at houses and the prospect of buying your first home. So I hope you can use these questions as a good guideline when interviewing an agent. If you're feeling at all apprehensive while you're getting answers from that agent, that's probably not the right fit for you. But if you hit it off, you feel really comfortable, they make you excited, that's a really good sign. If you've got other questions that you'd like answered, put them in the comments below. Maybe it's a question you've asked an agent before. I'd love to hear from you. I love getting answers back and questions back from viewers so I can engage with you more. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit like and subscribe here. If you've got great dad jokes, put them in the comments below. And if you don't watch more videos, you can click on some more videos right here.